Well. Welcome to BTT Studios and for the last word. I'm your man, Big Tommy C. We are going to react to what we just saw. Rinse and repeat, folks. That's what we have. Friggin' rinse and repeat. The same crap every week. Who attacks who backstage? They're going against each other. No, what happened to storylines? Can somebody tell me where are the friggin' storylines? 3 weeks in a row, we have seen Oba and Brock go at it. Who cares at this point? We want to see storylines. We want to see some. Steph attacks Liv. Liv attacks Steph. Can somebody think of a storyline somewhere around here? Because it's not here. I'm going to bring in my girl Gabby in a minute. But there's one thing I want to say for the BTT studios and our brand. This is the biggest thing that's happening to our studios and to our brand since we've been together from February 2024. When good old coach called me up and said, "Hey, you want to do this thing with me?" I said, "Hell yeah." And you know where we are now, guys? Tomorrow, if you have a lunch hour, I want you to take it at 11:30 because the man himself, TK, I call him TK, but it's Tony Khan, is going to be interviewed by our guys, the coach and bro. 4:30 YouTube, Tuesday, April 7th. You don't want to miss this. This is going to be some good stuff. You know why? Because these are guys that are interviewing him, not podcasters, not phonies that are all over the place, the internet. These are real deal guys who work for WWE. And that is the difference between our brand and what we bring to the table than anybody else. Nobody can say that. 32 years here, coach 20 years. Who's the man? Was the king rider of them all? Vince Russo. Tomorrow, TK, Tony Khan live exclusive interview, 4:30 YouTube. Leave your work early, wake the kids, phone the neighbors, and bring them out. And I'm bringing in my girl right now in crime, Gabby. What is going on, my girl?
How we doing, Tommy? Exciting stuff. Love Tony Khan. I've met him numerous times. Nice guy, and I think they're going to handle that interview pretty spectacularly. So I'm looking forward to it. By the way, I'm just saying.
Yeah, I wish we could talk about spectacular tonight, Gab, but there was one thing that was spectacular, and you
Yes,
see what shirt I'm wearing tonight, right?
I
CM Punk.
I see
Well,
it.
you know what we got tonight? We got a pipe bomb. We
Yeah.
haven't had a pipe bomb probably in 15 years. Give me
Mhm.
your reaction to what Mr. Punk had to say tonight, and he got a little stiff with everybody.
Yeah, I mean, it's easy. CM Punk is back, baby. This is the CM Punk we love. This is the CM Punk that I love. I fell in love with watching him come back into WWE. When I would sit and watch his promos and be like, "Do I like CM Punk? Am I into CM Punk right now?" This is the CM Punk I saw tonight, and this is what we've been asking for and we've been begging for. And I wish we got out of the gate when it came down to the Punk Roman feud because we got it a little bit, and this was exactly what was needed tonight. And why it was so good, it was because Punk talking, and it was a shoot. It was real. I don't care what anybody says. He said what he felt. He doesn't give a what anybody else has to say about it. Still don't know if I can curse or not. But I'm talking about CM Punk, so that he doesn't give a fuck what anybody has to say about him. So I'm gonna curse, and he's gonna say what he's thinking, what he feels, how he feels about like some of those liners you can't come back from, like the with the dog food and the weird old man. He's shot on Roman, on Pat, on Cody. Like he doesn't give a shit because he's in it for himself, and this is why he is who he is in the business, and why people feel like they relate to CM Punk. Talking about the ticket sales, everything. He didn't care. And this is why people love him. And he's finally back. I don't know what shook in him. I don't know if it was the past few weeks of us seeing the same shit between him and Roman that he was like, all right, I'm stepping this up. And I think the stuff with Pat on Friday Night SmackDown really jarred him a little bit and woke him up. And we're finally seeing the CM Punk that everybody knows and loves. And now there's a little bit of gas, fuel to the fire for this match between him and Roman at WrestleMania.
You know what the best part of the whole promo was? We had no physicality, and he elevated the storyline, Gabby. You
Right.
know why? Because he talked about storyline. He talked about Roman in his past. He talked about the chairman. He talked about everybody. He even brought up Ari and we'll get into that a little bit later on. He brought up McAfee. Man, when he shot on McAfee, I thought it was tremendous. I like the pipe bomb,
Yeah.
and what he did has made me interested now. For what reason Roman wasn't there, I don't know. I wish he did it in front of him.
Who cares?
Here's the other thing. Maybe Roman couldn't come back with a comeback like Punk did, but Punk helped Roman out to build this main event because it was going nowhere as we complained about it week after week of beatdowns and doing this and that made no sense at all. The Usos get involved at Madison Square Garden. Nothing. He elevated this thing from here to up to here with that pipe bomb promo tonight.
But also what he did for me is he got the crowd behind him again, and that's who CM Punk is. Like, yeah, everybody loves him. You know, you hit his entrance music, everybody's excited. But how I have felt about him the last few weeks, I've literally lost the plot on him to be like, as a fan, why am I cheering for you? I almost want Roman to win. Like, you're acting a little heelish, you're acting a little arrogant. Everything he's saying is true about you. Now I relate to you. I like you because you have everybody back behind you. And now I remember why you are CM Punk and you are who you are. And I think it's better that Roman wasn't there because I think the panning to Roman's face just for like the insult isn't even what it's about. Punk was just like, I'm going to talk my shit. Don't interrupt me. And I don't care what you have to say, which is classic CM Punk. And I think it was better that it was just him. This is the way it should have went about it from the beginning. Sometimes those promo segments are great when they go back and forth, but sometimes one of you just needs to bury everybody in a big promo and get their point across. And that's exactly what he did tonight. And it was perfection. And if that would have ended the show, I would have hated it. I like that it started the show because it got me fired up to watch the rest of the show. Unfortunately, the rest of the show didn't really live up to it, is what it is. But for him to wait around for 2.5 hours to say what he wanted to say, like, no, let him say it at the beginning of the show because he's dying to say it. And that's the passion of CM Punk. And that's why we love him.
How about him saying the line about Ari? Lower the price. I mean, he doesn't care. That you know what? You know what I love about it? It's friggin' real. And that's what
Right.
people want. They want real shit. They don't want bull crap. That was real coming from CM Punk, and he's not lying because the ticket prices are way over everybody's head. A guy of four trying to bring his family, it costs about $5,000. No doubt about it. He shot on Ari, and I love that part. He shot on McAfee. It was amazing. And we'll have more comments about McAfee later on in the show. But it was a great promo
And The
by
Rock.
Punk.
He shot on The Rock. He shot on Roman. He doesn't
Did
give a
he
shit.
shot
Vince,
on The
he
Rock?
brought up Vince. Like, he didn't give, he was burying everybody that was in his way, but he's also saying what we're all thinking because the difference was, you know, McAfee's coming in and McAfee's big thing is, oh, I'm saving the business. You know what I mean? But buy tickets. I can't believe ticket sales aren't whatever. And he's saying, you're saving the business? Really? Okay, well, ticket sales are too high. He's taking the side of the fans. And that's why fans always relate to him and love him so much. And we haven't seen him like that in a while now because he's getting caught up in the feud and the promo segments and the back and forth with Roman, who, yeah, Roman is The Rock's cousin. Like, that's a storyline in itself that he should be talking about. You want to call me old? Cool. You know, remember you did this? Remember you did this? You're embarrassing. You're plastic. When he said plastic, that was like, for me, when I was like, oh, he's literally distinguishing himself as a real person, a real wrestler who fought his way for it, and you're plastic and you're fake and you're not somebody who even deserves to be like shining my boots. And that's CM Punk. Every fan has felt that way as a pro wrestling fan. I feel like that's why we're all like, oh, we get it. We're with him. And he won back the crowd tonight. And I think that needed to happen because it wasn't there for me the last few weeks.
Look, I can relate to CM Punk big time. You saw WrestleMania 22, that package they had. He was a gangster in John Cena's entrance. He was a nobody. He came from the indies and made his way. Same thing with me, WWE. I started out in shipping in 1988. I worked my ass off to work that ladder to get up to where I needed to be a senior director, run international television, and I'm damn proud of it. And I worked for Kevin Dunn, and you have to work your ass off to get a promo, and that's what I did. So I could really, in my profession, I can relate to CM Punk, where he came from, and then where Roman came from. His father was one of the Wild Samoans. He's already born into the business. He gets brought along like anybody else. I never thought of that fact of it, but the way CM Punk came into this business, he scratched and clawed to get here, and he deserves everything that he gets.
Yeah. I completely agree. I absolutely loved it. That was the highlight of the night. Will most likely be the highlight of my week because God knows what else is going to happen. And like I said, I think it's better that Roman wasn't even there for it because if you want someone to be the uber babyface going in, you've now established that that's CM Punk. And that was not clear to me. So now that's clear to me. I don't know if he's the face to, the people in the back after everything he said, but he's the face for the people. And that's what people want to see.
That's right. You're absolutely right. You know what wasn't spectacular?
Oh,
And
here we
I
go.
hate to say
Yeah.
this, that AJ Becky interview. I love Becky. I think Becky is such a pro. The way
Yeah.
she comes in, the way she ridicules Michael Cole and makes him leave. And then we got AJ Lee. We have AJ Lee sitting there, and you texted me. I want you to tell everybody what you said she sounded like.
She sounded like a school teacher. I don't know why. And I have nothing against Asia Lee. I like her. I love her message. I love that she stands for mental health and all these kinds of things. I really do. But I will say I didn't watch WWE at the time when, like, in her last run in the history of her. So, like, I don't understand the massive fandom. That's just me. Maybe if I went back and watched, I would get it. She's very beloved, so I understand she's a legend. She's been around forever. She's been in the ring with a lot of these women, so it's great. And I understand the history between her and Becky. Awesome. I can't there's no emotional attachment for me to AJ Lee. She cuts a promo where she's talking and she finishes like her sentence the same way she starts it. And there's no emotion behind it. It's very like school teacher. I don't know how to explain it when I say she sounds like a school teacher, but it's like she's trying to like get you, like school you, but she wants to be nice about it because like that's her shtick. But like you can't do that. And so like you're talking down to Becky. You're saying the same exact stuff you said last week, by the way. You're just saying it in a tone that's so not even condescending, because condescending would work. It's almost like questioning herself, like the way she goes about it. She sounds like a teacher, and it just isn't natural to me. It's not someone that I resonate with, I guess. And I just think, as much as I don't want to see Becky still a champion, she doesn't need it. Like Becky needs to win this title because I can't continue to watch
I,
that happen
I, I don't
over and
know
over.
if this is a one-off for Punk or what, but I want to get you somebody in the chat, Jasmine St. Clair, who's with JCW. Vince Russo's the writer. She's in on our chat tonight. What's happening, Jasmine? I'd rather see Jasmine St. Clair go against Becky. And
Listen, I don't know why AJ can't get promo lessons from her husband. He dropped the best promo of the night, and she's in the backstage doing a promo, and I'm like, what is happening?
You know what kills me about this whole thing? It was a gift for AJ. She comes back. But if I'm people like, okay, let me just say Charlotte going at it with Becky, which was a feud they
I
could
can't
have
even talk about
rehabbed, kept Becky with the strap, and everybody would have been interested. They bring that's gotta piss the people the young ladies in the back. It's gotta be pissed off about this. They bring her in, she gets the title. Now she's at WrestleMania fighting, going at it with Becky. I got to tell you, the match does nothing for me, but Becky's got to win, take the title, and then AJ can go off and be with her dog or whatever she has to be with
And
because she
she can
does
stick around.
absolutely
I just don't
nothing.
want her in the title picture because then we're gonna have to see her all the time. Like she could stick around, be like a legend, do some fun stuff. Like the crowd loves her. She's got a massive fan base. I never want women on the card to like disappear forever because she stands for a lot of good things and that's all great. But Becky needs to move on because I literally just want her and Charlotte to feud for eternity. Like I don't care what anybody says. That's like it needs to be the next feud happening. And I get what you're saying. Like people have to be pissed in the back, but also it's so much like at least she has those years of experience under her belt and she is a legend and whatever. Like you got to be angrier if you're a guy in the back and I Show Speed is on a fucking match for WrestleMania and you're not. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Like that's got to be something that's a little annoying because my thing is that match doesn't need him because Logan Paul's already a massive social media star and he's actually good. Like I don't understand why. I know I read that chat too, and we're not getting into the fact that her dog has passed away because I will fight
I'm
you.
sorry. I'm
Because
sorry.
we don't speak about that. Okay, sorry,
No,
but we don't get into
no.
dogs in that sense. That's why I stood up for her a little bit. But anyway, that was a mistake on your part, not on purpose.
I'm sorry.
R.I.P. Larry. But seriously. But anyway, like that match with I Show Speed, it's just it's the special allure of celebrities being involved in pro wrestling has like been so far beyond buried
Oh.
for this WrestleMania that it like makes me sad because like I enjoy a celebrity showing up at WrestleMania. I think it's cool. I understand how it elevates the product. I get it. But you are when you're relying so heavily on stars and you're not building people on the roster who are sitting in the back not doing anything, it's a full circle to what that we always say. You are building no new stars, and that is your biggest problem ever. And instead of making the problem resolve by giving them an opportunity, keeping Carmelo Hayes on the roster, doing these things where Trick Williams is so over, he does not need Lil Yachty to come out with him because he's already a star. You're just over, like, it's, I don't even know the word for it. You're overcompensating for what? Things you don't need. And I think as a wrestling fan, it makes me feel bad because you don't see people in the NFL throwing a celebrity, to catch the ball at the Super Bowl because they can't do it. So why, you know what I'm saying? It makes our sport look less than. And I understand it's entertainment and there's all these fun things going on, but it's not happening everywhere else. And it just makes me feel a little slighted as a fan because I'm like, why can they just jump in? I don't care how long you're training for. You could be naturally great, whatever. I just don't think it's needed in a company that needs to make new stars so badly, but then you rely on legends and you rely on celebrities. Doesn't make any
You
sense.
know what you know what it's about? It's about social media, and I would love to hear from Jasmine St. Clair. She's in JCW. She's on every Thursday on YouTube. Our guy Vinny Russo is part of the BTT brand.
Hell
He
yeah.
writes that show. It's a great show. I would love to hear her comments about oversaturation of celebrities. I Show Speed. He has how many followers? How many millions?
I think he has 47 million on
That's the
Instagram.
reason why he's in there. Logan Paul probably pushed for him. I love Logan Paul. He's always there putting his friends over. But you know what? Logan Paul's a worker in the ring who works his ass off and can do anything he wants. He can cut a promo, work in the ring, go do some celebrity stuff like that. I Show Speed. The last thing I knew about I Show Speed was he took the bump from Braun Breaker when he got hammered from Braun Breaker.
Yeah, it went
Jelly
viral.
Roll, I've seen 4 times. I'm tired of seeing Jelly Roll. No more. Little Yachty, why was he with
Little.
Trick Williams? I'll never get that. Why? Trick doesn't need him. Trick does not need him. And he's just standing like a big goofball all in white. And if he's part of WrestleMania, I'm throwing my hands up at that point. Because do we remember last year? Does everybody remember last year with Travis and what a travesty that was? Let
By the
Trick
way,
be Trick.
you calling him Little Yachty instead of Lil is probably my favorite thing happening tonight.
Well, that's what I call him,
It's
Little.
Lil, just
Lil, oh, I'm
Lil.
sorry, Lil.
All right,
And he
Lil.
probably has massive, right? He must have
Yeah.
massive
But also,
social
what
media.
Lil Yachty did, I don't care about. Like, sure, walk out. Like, Trick doesn't need him. Trick's a fucking star. He doesn't need Lil Yachty to come out with him. But that should be the extent at this point to what I'm seeing with the celebrities. Sure, come out. Sit on the sidelines. Get excited about it. Do what you got to do. I don't care. I love that celebrities watch pro wrestling. Cool, great. Everybody watches pro wrestling, by the way. Even if you say you don't, life is pro wrestling. Okay, every single thing in the world is pro wrestling. But like, I don't mind that he's doing it. But now it's consuming WrestleMania. Like, you do not see this anywhere else where your biggest problem is that you have to rely on these people, but you're not doing anything to resolve it. And that is where I, as a fan, am like, ugh, like I don't understand it. Randy and Cody was written in the stars as to why it made sense and what was happening. Why did we need Jelly Roll to interfere? And I like Jelly Roll. He's a nice guy. I met him when he was there at TNA. Great person. I loved what he did at SummerSlam. Randy, like, awesome. Great. Put everything over. It's amazing. But it's not needed. Sure, if you want to put it on a Raw on Netflix, I understand why the Netflix people I get it. I'm not stupid. But, like, is there a degree to where we watch WrestleMania just to watch it for wrestling and for the storylines and the emotion that you've given us as fans? Because if you need to rely on them, wake up because it's not there. That's why you have to do it. It's
Mhm.
just crazy. It's
Look,
crazy.
I wouldn't I wouldn't mind an entrance of Trick Williams and Lil, as I say it, Lil
Lil
Yachty.
Yachty.
does a rap, which I have no issue with that at all. You do your thing, you leave, and you go in the back. For him to bring him out last week on SmackDown made no sense to me at all. I
Right.
don't know where they're going with it. If they're going anywhere with it, we'll see. Speed is already in the match. He's in the 6-man, right? So he's
Yep.
in. And I don't know, maybe Jelly Roll will be involved some way, somehow. I don't care.
Tom
I hope
Brady? Are we
he's
going to hear
not.
from Tom Brady, who's been planting seeds? Tom Brady is going to show up and pretend like, by the way, Tom Brady said, football's way harder than pro wrestling. If Tom Brady gets in the ring, he's going to be proving that point to everybody. Because I'm telling you right now, there's not going to be a WWE superstar throwing a ball during a football game in the NFL ever. I don't care how talented they are; they're never going to allow that to happen. So he's going to prove the point that everybody got mad at him about in the first place. Am I right?
Yep. And here's the thing: if Tom Brady got in that ring, one of those boys would shoot on Tom Brady to tell him, "Hey, this is
Let me
fake."
shoot on
Blah
Tom
blah blah.
Brady.
They will shoot on Tom Brady big
Can
time.
I shoot on Tom Brady, please? Talking about how terrible pro wrestling is, but then they fucking what did they do? But blow up the balls, the footballs. They deflated the footballs. Deflate gate. He lost his wife. He lost his wife to like a jujitsu instructor or something. He was dating like a 25-year-old influencer 3 weeks ago. But sure, let's not shoot on Tom Brady because by the way, they did the roast of Tom Brady and he hated it so much he like was angry at everybody joking about him. So if he can't handle a roast about himself, you think he's going to get into a WWE ring and let, somebody shoot on him? Logan Paul, who's not going to care about what he says? There's no way, by the way. There's no way.
I must
But
say, man, we are hot tonight. I mean, this
I don't know
show
what
is
happened.
full of rants. I started out with the rant. She's laying
I
it
know.
on Tom Brady. I show Speed and every other celebrity.
I
I'm
actually don't dislike I Show Speed. By the
no,
way, he just turned 21 years old. I can't even talk shit about him. He's like a baby, like literally in January he turned 21. Because I looked it up and I was like, now I feel bad talking anything because it's impressive. What did you get? 47 million. What? He's a streamer or something, which
yeah.
means I'm very, very scared for the future generations of this where we live because that has 40 streamers have 47 million followers. So that's all we got to say about it. But he's 21 years old. It is impressive. And I think he's very athletic because that flip he did even with Braun went viral. Great.
Yeah, he's definitely athletic.
And
Oh
I'm
yeah.
sure, by the way, it's probably going to be a sick match. I don't think Logan Paul would bring him in if Speed didn't have talent to put on a sick match. I'm not like, it doesn't, I'm not going to be mad when I watch it and it's entertaining because it will be entertaining. I just hate that we need it for anything. I just hate it. Maybe I'm just a
Well,
bitter
we'll
bitch. I
we'll
don't know.
we'll see what happens. But you know what was funny tonight, Gabby? I'll tell
Yeah,
you what was funny, how a storyline could be made in 2 shows. And I'm talking about Seth and
right.
Gunther. They made a storyline out of that in 2 shows. Seth, and I'll start it and then you could take it on the
Sure.
back end. Seth comes out, cuts a promo, got no issues with him, this, and that, and it ends up being Gunther's the guy. Why did you do it? And then we had Gunther with Paul Heyman, and I'll let you take it from there.
So immediately when they were backstage and you saw Gunther with Paul Heyman it was clear that Paul didn't hire Gunther to do it but Gunther just did it on his own. I was like, "Oh, literally the sirens went off in my head and the light bulbs went off and I go, "Oh, so what's going to happen is we're going to get through WrestleMania. Braun's going to interfere because let's be real, they're not going to let Seth or Gunther look weak enough to lose clean. So something's going to happen with that. And then Gunther's going to go, there's going to be some time, whatever. And Gunther's going to go to Paul and say, I want to end Brock Lesnar. I'm the legend killer and I want to kill Brock Lesnar. And Paul Heyman's going to have no choice but to make it happen because he owes him this favor. And I don't know when Brock wants to retire or be done. I'm sure it has to be sometime soon at this point. Gunther's going to end him. And that's going to be what it is. And that's honestly, if they do it well, it will make sense. And they kind of made this make sense in some way, shockingly. And I wouldn't hate it for either of their sakes, but that has to be the way that it goes, or I'm wrong and I should just end it all right now because what the hell am I?
You're not wrong because the handshake happened.
Right.
He said, "You owe me big." And then when Gunther walked away, you saw Paul Heyman's face. He goes, "Oh my," something like, "Oh my
Yep.
God." We all know where this is leading to.
Right.
It's leading to Gunther and Brock, SummerSlam. Where is Brock from? Minneapolis. Where is SummerSlam? In Minneapolis.
Yep.
Could he end it there? I think it could happen, and I think Brock is ready to retire. So we'll see what happens there. But they actually made a storyline in 2 shows because they had no idea where they were going with
Right.
Seth. I guess once they found out that Braun wasn't ready, and we didn't hear nothing from Gunther at all. That was crazy. But you
Yeah.
know what the other crazy thing about it is? Rey Mysterio's okay, and we thought that was gonna be the original Gunther Ray, but now he's in the ladder match for the Intercontinental Championship.
Do you know what I read, which is hilarious, and I'm not taking credit for it because I read it and I popped? They were like, "Wow, Rey Mysterio showed up right in time to not have to get ended by Brock Lesnar." Like once Brock had a match already, he's like, "Guys, I'm good. Like, let me throw him in the match." Like, which I think is hilarious because that's what everybody was thinking was going to happen. Was it was going to be? By the way, Brock and Ray.
No,
That
it's
was
gonna be
really Gunther and Ray.
Gunther and
Sorry,
Ray.
that's what I meant to say.
Yeah.
Like Gunther, now that Gunther has a match with Seth, Ray's like, I'm ready. I'm ready to go. Like, I don't need to get ended. Like, throw me in the ladder match. Like, I thought that was hilarious. But so yeah, we're not gonna see Gunther and Ray right now, at least. Ray, we will at least see in a match. And I fucking love Rey Mysterio.
Me
He's
too.
one of my favorites
Great
ever.
guy.
Great guy.
Great
And,
guy.
like I've had the pleasure of meeting him. He's one of the nicest, kindest human beings of all time. And if you talk to anybody that knows Ray, they just talk about how he is one of the nicest human beings
I
ever and just so incredibly talented. And I think that match is actually going to end up being very good, even though no one's kind of like everyone's like, oh, it's a ladder match, whatever. But the people involved in that match are going to make it incredible. I think it's going to be one of those matches you're like, holy shit, that was really good.
You know, I worked with Ray a lot when I was at WWE, when I was on the road because
Yeah.
I was an international, we did a lot of Lat he was the number 1 Latin guy, obviously. He couldn't be more nicer, "Come to our room, what do you need done? I'll do
Yeah.
it, blah." I mean, one of the nicest guy one of the sharpest dudes ever, man. The guy wears designer everything, and he was one of the nicest guys I ever met,
Mhm.
and a true, true legend, and a true hero,
Yeah.
and a true superstar. Vince loved him.
Yeah.
Vince loved Ray because he would do anything for these guys, and for his size, a tremendous worker. I have nothing but great things to say about, Rey Mysterio, and he did. He elevated that ladder match.
Yep.
With him in that match, because I didn't care. Now I see Ray, now I care a little bit. You
Yeah.
put a Hall of Famer in there, you gotta care a little bit.
Yep.
If you're a fan and you like Rey Mysterio, now he's in WrestleMania,
Right.
and that elevates the other guys.
100%.
That
And with
match
the talent there, it's gonna be a good match, you know?
yeah,
Like, you're not going in being like, "That's the match I'm coming to see," but you might leave saying like, "That match kind of stuck with me the whole night. That was a highlight of the night for sure." And I
yep,
love that.
yep. So now, let's go to this, Gabby. Brock and Oba, and we see Triple H come out. I don't know if they were running short on time or what, because that ended so horribly horrible. It was just such horrible. Why don't you just eliminate Triple H's entrance? That's what our producer guy said. Eliminate his entrance, and let's just start out with these 2 guys. No, of course, Triple H gets his entrance, and Adam Pearce is out there. Can you tell me, or what did that do for that match? What they did?
I mean, it just did what it all does. I like, okay, they want to kill each other. Everybody had to come out to make sure they didn't get physical, for them to only get physical and have no words spoken. But I also, and like, this is just me because I'm this kind of person. The one beauty of it is like when I see, this is going to sound bad, but what I love about these guys is like they're just big dudes that want to kill each other. And there's some beauty in them not speaking to each other a lot and just wanting to kill. Like there is a sense of something I love about like 2 big badass dudes that just want to fight and don't want to talk. Like sometimes there's enough talk and we just want to kick the shit out of each other. So I will say that's the silver lining of it is like you could just tell they want to end each other. So like there were no words spoken. Did I think there might be some words spoken because it was the ending of the show and it was a contract signing? Triple H came out 1,000%. But at the end of the day, like how much can I listen to all those guys talk anyway? You know what I mean? Whatever, just end the show.
Yeah,
Throw a ladder, throw a chair, and I'm over it. I'm good. I can't
and
wait.
as a TV guy, I saw the copyright come up,
Yeah,
I saw the credits come up, I'm like,
yeah.
"Something's going on here." I don't know what it is, but we'll see what happens. You know what's funny about the whole thing as they're going at it? Triple H looked like a stagehand. He's moving the table out of it. He didn't want to get involved with any. He didn't want to take a punch in the head or anything. He's like a stagehand. That's what stagehands do. They move the tables out of the way and everything like that.
It's so
I
funny.
guess they're two physical guys. Heyman did say that was the real main event at WrestleMania, which it's not, folks.
Right.
It is not the real main event. As you all know, it's the two title matches, one on Saturday, one on Sunday. And by the way, we'll find out the whole card tomorrow with Tessitore on Get Up at 9:30. He's going to give the whole card. I mean, we know a lot of it, so we'll see what the whole card is.
Yeah.
But I guess Brock and Oba, it is what it is. Two behemoths that want to kill each other. I don't know where this is going to be placed in the show. It could start the night off if it's a Saturday or
I
a
think
Sunday.
it should. I
Yeah.
think this is the most emotionally invested people are in something. Like Oba, you're getting the Oba chant. Seth was cutting a promo, mentioned Oba, and the chants were so loud he had to be like, I know that's the future of the business, but I want to talk present right now. Like that is someone who you start WrestleMania and you just hit that music. Are you kidding me? Like
Yeah.
that's gonna set the tone for the whole night.
Yep, you're absolutely right. I think it will start, and we'll see where it goes from there. Of course, we're going to talk. We'll finish up the show with the elephant in the room about Pat McAfee. I'll give you my thoughts first, and then Gabby, you could jump in there too.
Sure.
You know, when this happened, uh, Orton and Codes and they were going at it, and then we saw McAfee come in the ring, and I'm like, what the hell's he doing there, right? Then he cuts this shoot real promo on the whole company, and I said to me, man, right promo may be wrong guy. Now, I'm old school, right? I would like to have seen maybe Kevin Owens or anything like that. But you know what? I've changed my mind on this whole thing. I think McAfee can carry this whole thing with cutting this promo. And by the way, there has to be something big at WrestleMania for this to pay off big time. I don't know what it is. If it's bringing, like for me, big is Shane McMahon. Even bigger would be Vince. It's not going to be Vince and it's probably not going to be Shane. I don't know what they have up their sleeve. Maybe it is The Rock. I have no idea, but it has to be something big, and that's what I want to know what it is. Because if they're gonna, I'm thinking they're gonna carry this out with McAfee and Orton. I think Orton's gonna win the title. In order for this thing to
Yeah.
work, Orton has to win the title. It
Yeah.
could be, and I'm not saying it is. It could be an NWO 2.0, right? It could be TKO going against WWE. How about they bringing Ari in like they brought the chairman in, like Mr. McMahon. Maybe Ari's the heel, and it's WWE against TKO. It's Triple H against Ari. How about that? You want to know who's been screwed around in WWE? LA Knight. He could join Orton. You know who else has been screwed around? Carmelo Hayes. He's been screwed around. Put him in. I'm not saying they're going to make a group like that. Is this what I'm anticipating?
I hope
Because
so.
McAfee said on the show there's bigger things to come, and we heard that before, and it's gone down like this. If that's going to happen, I'm all for it because we do need some changes here. And I loved his promo and how he cut it. And then Cody coming back with a shoe promo. He
Oh,
was just unbelievable. And you know what? It's real. It became real, Gabby. It
yep.
became real just with McAfee there. And they knew where they're going to get this social media backlash that they hate McAfee. This. That's probably the reason why Ari kind of pushed for McAfee. McAfee could, as you know, man, he's charismatic. He can carry this off. In the beginning, I liked the message. I didn't like the person. Now I like the person, and I like the message. But you got to give me something big. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I was not expecting it to be him. And I remember I texted coach immediately and we were like talking about it. And I kept being like, it's hard for me to see McAfee as a bad guy because he's just so loved. And I personally just love him. Like I love his personality. He's so funny and like on his show and stuff. So I was like, you're really gonna have to sell me with him as like a heel. And then as I'm watching it more and I watch it and I'm like, oh, he's not like there's different kinds of heels, I guess, in the sense of like the like how you would define it or like it. So then I was like, maybe I kind of like it. And then I'm sitting there thinking there and I'm like, well, Randy did say on the phone, like there's more than one royal family. That's not Pat McAfee. Pat McAfee was not on the phone. I don't care what anybody says unless you're lying to me. So was he involved? Yes. I don't think it ends at Pat McAfee. And that's where now I'm intrigued by it. So I think his promo was awesome. But we knew it would be awesome. That this is what Pat does. Everything Pat has done in the WWE, he shined at. Let's be honest. His stuff with NXT, his stuff with Adam Cole was great. He did that match with Adam Cole. It was unbelievable. Then he steps into commentary. He's awesome. He does the funny stuff at the Rumble, and he's always kind of been that character. So I'm not shocked that he cut a phenomenal promo. But what I love about the promo, everyone's pissed about it. Everyone's talking about it, which is what you want. But look what it led to. It led to that shoot promo from Cody, that, by the way, was the most real thing I've ever heard. And it's the most invested I have been in how much anger Cody has. And I love to see it because I think when he's emotional and he's angry, he's the best. He's at the top of his game. And we got Punk's promo tonight because of what we saw from Pat on Friday. You would not see Punk shoot promo like he did tonight if that didn't happen on Friday night. So you could be angry about it. You could be like, oh, it's stupid. It's for ticket sales. And he's talking about on his show to get tickets, even though, we're saving the business, but buy the tickets. Yeah, that's called business. You can't save the business if no one's buying tickets. So it makes sense that he's doing it. He's not being stupid. But I need to see the payoff at WrestleMania. Randy needs to win, and he needs to be joined by whoever was that royal family member, and you need to make this some kind of faction of something, which, if everything's true about Ari trying to make Pat the star that he is, it's not going to be the end of the line for Pat just doing this as a one-off. There's no fucking way, because I don't see it mattering. So I'm more intrigued than I am anything else. Was I extremely happy that it was him? No, but I'm kind of buying into it because of how much good we've seen come from it already, from Friday night and tonight with Punk and with Cody.
And Michael Cole reacted to it also. So the company's all in on this now. This whole Pat McAfee thing is real, as we know. We heard Cody, we heard Punk, and you even saw it on camera with Michael Cole talking about it. So they're all in. And I hope something big comes out of this. And who knows? They may get Ari involved. He runs TKO. He runs WWE. He could be like the Vince McMahon type. It's my thing. I'm doing it. If you don't like it, tough, blah, blah, blah. He can go against Triple H. It could be TKO, WWE. That intrigues everybody because it's real. It's the truth. Ari owns everything. And just like Mr. McMahon did in the Chairman back in the day, he dictated everything, and everybody loved the character, and that's why the character worked. I'm not sure how much Ari can carry. Are they going to go that far with it? I don't know. But I guess McAfee is his mouthpiece. He'll be the heel, and he can carry it out. And I liked it. Like I said, in the beginning, I thought it should have been KO, but I've changed my mind on the whole thing. We see where it goes because Ari wants to make him the next Sylvester Stallone. He put him in Tulsa King. He's doing 4 episodes there. He brings him to WWE. And what was the immediate backlash on social media? Everybody hated it. That's what they wanted, Gabby. That's what everybody wanted. Talking.
Listen, what else are you talking about? We're still talking about it on Monday when something that happened Friday night. That's already how you know and Pat is so damn good. I don't care what anybody says. You could hate him for what he's doing, whatever. But like I said, everything Pat does, he's good at. And he's just one of those people. So I have more faith in him than I would have on anybody else being in it. When it comes to I don't even think he's an outsider, even though people are calling him an outsider like everybody else. I really don't think he is. I consider him part of the WWE because of how much he's done in it so far and the different hats he's worn. But yeah, it's definitely I'm intrigued by it. And everyone's saying oh, it could have just been the simple, Cody and Randy, but this is why I love people too, because everybody's that rivalry, the history of them, that was written in the stars. That's the easiest thing. But then when Cody won the title from Drew, you complained about it because you were like, nobody cares about the history between Cody and Randy. It's Drew's time. But now all those people that were complaining are but that story was so perfect, the Cody and Randy stuff. So it's you're never happy anyway. So they're going to throw something at you. And if it sticks, it sticks. And come WrestleMania, if they play this the right way, it can be massive, and it could have everybody being oh, okay, we get it now, which I love. I hope everybody hates it until they don't. I kind of like that. It makes me happy.
You know what the best part of it is? He cut a promo on X, and he included 7 media outlets, and you know who one of the 7 was? BT. There it is. Producer man put it up. behind the buckle. So you know what? McAfee's listening to us, Gabby. He's
Yeah.
listening to me, you, Coach and Bro, JD and Coach and everybody. He put us there. Do you know how many followers this man has? That's why you guys got to catch us every Monday night right after Raw. And a lot of people in the chat are asking where Coach is. He's out. Coach is not here anymore.
Who
Gabby threw him
cares?
out. He couldn't take the heat from Gabby. He
Yeah,
had to
you
go.
nuts. I silenced him a while ago, guys. I
Oh
don't
my
know where
God.
you all have been,
Beat
but
him like a
I don't
bass
think.
drum.
Yeah, he's
Boom,
got
boom.
enough on his plate. He's got golf to worry about. He's
Yeah.
got, exciting things. So we're handling it without him. Will we ever have him back? Maybe, if he's nice enough at some point and he begs us, we'll say, sure, we'll let you on 5 minutes tops, but that's in the future.
Yep. Give me some last thoughts, Gabby, and then I'll finish up the show. Go ahead.
One last thing that I did enjoy from Raw, I'm going to give a little Easter egg of something that I thought was a positive, was in the backstage with Liv and Roxanne. I love that Liv planted the little seed about Finn being the one to bring Roxanne into the Judgment Day, because that little seed is planted to then, I think, possibly have Roxanne keep her loyalty to Finn. Let's get into Liv winning the championship back, her and Dom possibly against Finn and Roxanne, who was her girl, get into that, which, I love the emotions of a faction falling apart and everybody hating each other. But I thought that was well done on their part, just reminding people that Finn was the one that brought her in. So maybe she has the loyalty to her and that could kind of go against them at some point later on. So I thought that was a very big positive. I like that. And yeah, I'm looking forward to Steph and Liv. I will say that toss that Steph did on Liv, it looked like they hit like Liv's full noggin smashed into Steph's. And I'm a little nervous because I keep watching it back and forth all and on social media, and it was a massive hit. So I hope everyone's okay. That's all I have to say about that.
Von Raquel
Yeah.
rushed her off, so that could be something happening after she wins the title. We'll
Yeah,
we'll we'll
definitely.
see. So we'll see what's happening there. Gabby, another great show, girl. You kick ass every week, man. She is the
You
best.
you kick
Catch her on
ass.
TNA, catch her on her podcast, Gabby AF, and couple things going on here at BTT Studios tomorrow morning. And by the way, stay there, Gabby. Tomorrow morning at 11:30, it's 2 Count with the coach and JD from New York. And you know this guy JD from New York, he's an angry man. He's always hollering. Hold on one second. He's an angry, angry man. God, he screamed on the whole McAfee thing. Can you imagine him home having dinner saying, "Hey, give me the friggin' potatoes."
I can't
Angry.
get into it. I
He's an
just
angry
it,
man.
listen, I get heated. There's
He
there's
needs some
no.
gummies.
Yeah, it's not that deep,
And
I
if
I don't know. I try to. I'm a very dramatic person, as you can tell, and I'm loud.
angry,
I'm
angry.
also from New York, so but
Yeah.
we don't. I don't get that deep. But
So you want to check the Angry Man out 11:30 tomorrow morning on YouTube with Coach. It's 2 Count, and then at 4:30 tomorrow, the biggest thing to happen to BTT's brand is TK Tony Khan live interview on YouTube Thursday, April 7th. Leave your work early. Pull your kids from baseball games or anything else to watch this interview with the one and only 25 years experience in WWE, Jonathan Coachman, the coach, and Vinny Russo, Mr. Attitude Era, live with Tony Khan, the man who runs the show at AEW. I cannot wait for this interview. This is a big coup for BTT Studios. We are so proud of this. I can't wait to watch it. I know Gabby's going to watch it. I think it's going to be phenomenal. Gabby, what are your thoughts on that?
you, it's going to be an interview you don't want to miss, because these are just two real guys that
Yep.
it's going to be a real conversation. It's going to be a respectful conversation, but it's also going to be an honest conversation, because that's what these guys do every single day. So I'm just really looking forward to the meeting of these minds, of these
Yes.
different dynamics and different people in the business that have experience in so many different ways, all having a conversation talking about it, and just it's going to be super interesting, and I think it's going to be great.
All right. That's it for us. I'm Big Tommy C. She's Gabby. We will see you next week on The Last Word. See ya.
Bye.